Welcome into another video, my brick family. In this video, we have graduated from the kitty Lego sets and moved on to the more mature and technical Lego Technic set, the McLaren Senna GTR. If you want to continue to see more videos such as this one, I would appreciate all of your support by subscribing to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. By subscribing, you are helping the channel immensely by growing this little family bigger than what it is right now. I know that normally people may start clicking through the interesting part of this build, but please hear me out for a couple minutes because what I'm about to say is very important. One thing I want to say about the state of affairs of the LEGO community is that the LEGO community has always been overwhelmingly positive. Building these LEGO sets that the designers create brings together adults, children, and brick fanatics such as you and I. Moreover, these sets instill joy, smiles, and imagination as you're building them. I would have to say that over the course of this past year, in 2020, things were a pretty dark and dismal place in the world. We really could not do the things that we would normally do, and I'm pretty sure that many of you felt like you were just surviving, not really living. So where the hell am I going with this monologue, you may ask? So the one bright thing during the dark times of 2020 was having the ample amount of time to build these LEGO sets. Personally, building them gave me a sense of peace and still gives me a sense of peace and tranquility amongst the negative feelings that we were having during that time. LEGO for me was an escape, a positive bubble of reality by creating something cool to play with from nothing but a bunch of random scattered pieces. That is the joy of LEGO, and that is the enthusiasm of this community. Speaking of this positive community, I want to start giving back to this community little by little. I am definitely going to be giving away LEGO polybags when our little LEGO community starts growing a little bigger. When we hit milestone subscribers of 50, 100, 250, etc., as I said, I will be giving away LEGO polybag to you, the lucky viewer. I would just want to spread some positive vibes when you yourself are building these LEGO sets, and I hope you get the sense of accomplishment that I do when I finish one of my LEGO sets. If this channel gets even bigger, mark my words, I will start giving away LEGO sets and even limited edition or discontinued sets because, again, I want to spread the positive vibes and give back to our awesome, tight-knit LEGO community. This definitely will be the mantra of my channel going forward by spreading the LEGO love to you all. Anyway, back to the McLaren GTR Senna set. The Senna was released on January 2nd, 2021 and weighs in at a total of 830 pieces for a retail price of $49.99. I'll be honest with you, I kind of wish that LEGO would have given the same treatment to the Senna as they did with the Lambo Cayenne, the Bugatti Chiron, and the Porsche GT3 RS. The reason why I wish that is that the Senna McLaren GTR is one of my favorite hypercars ever created, and I wanted to see the Senna at the same size and scale as the aforementioned LEGO Technic sets. Alas, that treatment did not come into fruition, so at least we are given this set to build. Much like the LEGO Speed Champions lineup, this car is absolutely festooned with stickers, and more stickers. Specifically, there are a massive 46 of them, so bring some patience and your tweezers when you start building, stickering this model. There is one play element on the LEGO model that is a great translation from the real car. As I have said before, the Senna boasts a V8 engine, and the designer decided to put that V8 engine on the LEGO model. Later on, as you can see, as the car moves forward, the 4 pistons on each side of the engine go up and down, just like how a real car's engine would function. Further down the build, what's more interesting to me is that the pistons only fire, or in other words go up and down, when the rear driver's side wheel moves back and forth, not the other passenger side rear wheel. channel regulars have now come to expect me to start spouting off stats about the real car featured on these sets, and so here starts the spouting. The Senna GTR is a hardcore, mid-engine, rear-wheel drive coupe, track-only car that is made to tear up the asphalt on the track and set some records. This exclusive car will set you back a mansion's worth of money, $1.65 million specifically, if you have the privilege to buy one of them. This bad boy is powered by a 4.0-liter twin-turbocharged V8 that produces an asphalt-melting 814 horsepower and 590 foot-pounds of torque. This car is as light as a pillow, as well as weighing in at a feathery 2620 pounds. With that amount of horsepower coupled to the marshmallowiness of the car, the GTR is sure to accelerate you into the future and grip the track like rails. Speaking of grip, the car generates 2,200 pounds of downforce at 155 miles an hour as it barrels down a straight on the track. Speaking of the power to weight ratio, the GTR is estimated to do 0 to 60 in a mere 2.5 seconds and achieve a top speed of a trivial 210 miles an hour. one thing the designer did get right was the clever usage of red translucent cylindrical lightsaber pieces to mimic the rear brake lights of the car. So I would have to say this is a spot-on representation. Moving on to the rear diffuser, there are some inaccuracies too. On the real Senna, the diffuser grills do not go all the way up towards the middle of the car, whereas the Lego model it does. The diffuser on the real car looks super aggressive and intimidating. However, the diffuser on the Lego model looks diminutive, unimpressive, and sadly uninspired. one of the most iconic features of the McLaren Senna GTR. There are a lot of people who think that a wing of this size is absolutely excessive, but personally, I love massive rear wings. I love how gaudy and ostentatious this wing is, and I can safely say that a wing of this size on this special of a car is fully functional and not just for show. Anyway, I will have to say that the Lego Senna's rear wing is quite sad compared to its real-life cousin. The reason why I say this again is that a Lego set of this size would have a very hard time of translating the elegant curves and bows of the real rear wing. In fact, the wing does not even extend above the Lego Senna, while on the real Senna it does, which is quite a disappointment for me. From the side profile, the wing arches back and up, where on the Lego one, the wing just goes straight up. Sorry folks, I can't say that I am much of a fan of this effort and lack of translation. One thing I wish is that the steering wheel is functional on the car, just like its real-life Technic larger counterpart. But alas, the steering wheel is fixed and is controlled by a Technic knob that is located on top of the car. Speaking of something that is in the interior car, the Technic model does not boast very much by the means of the interior. It's in fact very lackluster and has a steering wheel and 2 seats. Aside from that, there's really nothing much to be said. front of the car is probably the area of the car which most resembles the real-life Senna. On the real car, the headlights are recessed back, and the Lego model also did recess the headlights as well. They mimicked the headlights well with an angled, clear Lego piece. I also like how the designer used solid white lightsaber pieces to represent what I presume to be an LED strip that runs beneath the headlights. The designer also did a great job of translating the angle of the hood compared to the real-life car. Moving on, I will say that with regards to the front is that the diffuser on the Technic model just looks okay. The real car's diffuser looks more angular and aggressive. Finally, with regards to the front, I suppose the only thing that is missing on the Lego model are the two canards that run on either side of the car towards the front. With regards to the side profile, again LEGO missed its mark. On the real GTR, right where the Richard mill is located, there is an arch between the Richard and the mill. Unfortunately, with the LEGO version, due to constraints, I am sure the designers had to make do with pieces that run straight across. Also, there is a massive arrow element that is located behind the doors on the real Senna, which, when it was translated to its LEGO form, that arrow element loses a lot of effect and looks too small. Aside from that, towards the front of the car, the side profile does for the most part look like its real-life counterpart. One play element is that the Legos designers put into the car is that the car doors actually open. Much like the real Senna, the doors open gullwing style, and the Lego model just does the same. Although the car doors look really small on the Lego model compared to the real one. I know, this was a bit of a rough critique of this Technic set. I'm sure that the designers poured hours and hours over how they were going to represent the Senna Technic style, given the amount of pieces that they were restricted to and their budget. So I must always give them credit, for sure. As for how I feel about the model, I think you can come to a rapid conclusion how I feel about it. And that conclusion is that the model is just very meh to me. The real Senna GTR is an A-list grandiose star car in my opinion. Its Technic counterpart does not play the part of that mega celebrity. It plays more of a role of a supporting actor at best. I know, it hurts to say and give this critique. Anyway, thanks for sticking around to the end of this video, and I hope you enjoyed the build. Again, please remember to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon for notifications for new videos, which again, just to remind everybody, I always upload every Wednesday and Saturday. I will see you folks in the next video.